Hello, Cinnamon Rage here, and this week we moved from Europe over to Singapore, and not a favourite track, but I'm just going to talk through this lap here, which was my fastest lap of the race. It's coming along here at about the 75 metre board. I dropped 4th in turn M4, going back up to 5th quickly, normally. Taking this corner here in 2nd, trying to get around in straight, fighting the car a wee bit there. Then I'm going to turn in just as this little rumble strip, drop to 4th, hold it until I know my nose is in enough, and then put it foot down and try and get up to 8th gear. You won't be able to do 8th gear in the race, but anyway, 75 metre boards, drop to 4th, turn in, ran a wee bit wide there, and then again just for the 50 metre board, 3rd, just in 2nd just as I hit the apex there, pushing out wide in 5th, drop into 4th, trying to get the apex again, almost lose it there. But braking just at the wee kind of bit that sticks out there at the end of the wall into 4th, drop into 3rd, and then we're going to get really close to the wall on the inside here in 4th, going up to 6th as we come around here, braking as soon as we turn the corner into 2nd, and then we're going to get the car straightened out and then push on towards this next corner, probably the corner I struggle most with. Again, just about 75 metres, dropping to 4th then 3rd at the last minute. Pushing up to 6th before coming in here and dropping to 3rd for both these apexes, but during the 2nd apex we're going to go up to 4th, just gives a wee bit more grip, and just braking for the rumble strip at the side, starts down in 3rd, staying in 3rd, going 3rd, 4th, 3rd for this corner, and then we're going to get up to 4th quite quickly again just to try and plant the car. We're going to take a foot off the 6th just for a wee moment, but not braking, and going to just try and get the foot back down as quickly as possible. So that was my lap around Singapore, a track that I've struggled with in practice this week. But it got me 4th place, and possibly the best lap I've ever actually done in qualifying in all my practice sessions. So for me, it was just a phenomenal lap, right up there with my 3rd place in Belgium. Again, as I said then, my qualifying's generally sat around 13th, 14th, so this was a real bit of a shock. But as you can see here, I bogged down really badly, and Catherine gets me in the right hand side and overrated Lama gets me in the left, and that's me down to 6th, but that's okay. I think someone gets taken out. It looks like Force India right at the back. Nope, it's Callum Teasdale who actually got DNF'd from that position, not too sure why. But at this point, it's worth mentioning as a strategy, I'd gone for 2.5 laps of fuel under, which is the maximum it allows me to do, because tyre wear here, or even tyre temperatures more importantly, it's just super difficult. You really want your core temperatures to be 100 or less, and this track does not want you to have that. So the idea was I was just going to run lean a lot of the race, keep my tyre temperatures down, but obviously easier said than done. But what that means is that I really am going to end up not running that huge an amount of fuel. You don't really get the chance to do a rich mix. This track is 22, 23 corners. It's not a lot of a gap between them, so you're not really going to be able to play with your controls on the right hand side. And so the idea was I'd just run lean standard on the straights, maybe a bit of rich if I'm trying to overtake, and let ERS do the rest of it. So I do start the race with 2.5 laps less fuel than I actually need to finish it, if I was to keep it in standard probably, but yeah, I think that would have worked. Tyre temperatures are the important thing to make sure I can actually finish it. So you can see I'm already in lean, already saving fuel, running high on these bits. I think I do stick in standard for the earlier laps. I've got Mini Dude behind an overrated Lama who got past me right at the start. And I'm really just happy sitting between them, to be honest, at this point. I just want to get in, just keep it clean. It's like Monaco. I got 3rd place in Monaco because I think 17 started and 7 finished. So if I could maintain a similar kind of don't crash attitude, then I should be on for some good points, being in 6th just now. So again, I'm not really pushing at this point. I did feel like my pace, had I stuck it in standard and left it in medium for longer parts of the race, I'd have been of equal pace to overrated Lama ahead of me, but I just wasn't really, there was no need to push, to be honest. I could stay here, save a bit of fuel, get my fuel back to a level. There's no way I was going to overtake. It's just way too compact at the start. But yeah, it was obviously not great losing 2 positions straight away, but it's fine. I'm kind of coping okay, just following these guys behind. But yeah, my teammate Germo, I think, was in second at this place. I believe him and Kezimodo had been swapping spots, and I actually clipped the wall there. I forgot I'd done this. I only actually recorded this like an hour before. So that actually put me off a wee bit. I lost a wee bit of confidence there, and I even missed this corner as well, just because, yeah, I was a bit, in fact I hit the wall again. Don't know what happened. I think I just uneven running wide. Just a really bad section there. Mini Dude gets really close to me. Overrated Llama gets a good 1.5 gap, just at the point where DRS is coming in. But this track is just hard to overtake. Even this DRS straight we're about to go onto here is really not that long. And I just tried to settle myself and push on at this point. And just to record, I'm already saved 0.3 of a lap of fuel, and we're only 3 laps in, so I was going to have no problems with the fuel mix, making it to the end of the race. So it looks like the track goes yellow behind us, and that was Frobo retiring from the race. I'm not 100% sure what happened to him, but yeah, I'm creating a wee bit more of a gap to Mini Dude now as I'm settling down again after that little playing dodgems with walls at the end of the last lap in the 3rd sector, and beginning to close in an overrated Llama. So it'd been about 1.6 as we crossed the line, and I think I get it down a wee bit here to something a wee bit less than that. I don't think massively, but yeah, 1.4. So a wee couple of tenths. It's not to be sniffed at. Need just a few more tenths, and then I'll actually be within DRS zone of them. But yeah, I've just been quite enjoying it. I have caught up at this point, and you can see I do get DRS. We're on lap 4 now, and I've left this in just because I think it showed that I was actually kind of doing quite well. Again, you'll see no racing line, so this track is quite tricky because a lot of there's no like brake marker board here. You're really looking for the rumble strip on the left hand side, and then just trying to basically use muscle memory to remember exactly how much you have to turn in, etc. But I'm catching up with overrated Llama at this point with DRS, but I was never going to have a shot at actually trying to overtake him here. And then coming through here, just kind of maintaining a gap. To be honest, I've dropped back into lean, but I've kept it in medium for a bit longer than normal. Probably should have actually kept it in standard at this point just to close him down a wee bit, but again, I mean, what I'm at now, 1.7 laps under, and we're only on lap 5. I was going to have tons of fuel by the end of the race anyway. Take that wee bit wider than I normally would have, but yeah, it's still, just looking back on this, it was quite clean. I'm quite happy with it. And I'm not locking up. I felt fairly in control of the car. I mean, I took somebody else's time trial setup and adjusted a couple of wee things just to make it a wee bit more suitable for the race. But yeah, I'd been doing well. I'd felt like I had good flow. I felt like I was equal to overrated Llama's pace, and again, this is me running lean and low for large parts of the lap. I saved my DRS for some reason, but yeah, I just felt good, and I was really quite hopeful that I should get a solid 6th position here, or maybe more if somebody else up ahead would have some problems or get some time penalties. I was in 1 warning at this point, but then it goes wrong, and yeah, my race is over. Overrated Llama spun out, and that was my race done. I'll show it here in slow motion, just because I thought he'd gone far enough. I dodged it, I'd taken my foot off the accelerator, and I thought it was enough, but because he was braking, he actually moved a bit slower than I was expecting, and I clipped him. Lost a wing, lost a wheel, lost a chance for points, and that was me. Race over. If I'd managed to dodge him, I was in 5th with a massive gap behind. It would have been my best result after Monaco, so street circuits could have been my thing. Even though I don't particularly like them, although I do like Monaco a wee bit more now, but just so frustrating. So just shown here a lap that I watched of my teammate, turned off all the visible kind of like pop-ups just to test out Codemaster's kind of replay view, and I thought it'd be quite good for him afterwards, but unfortunately I forgot to turn off the conversation bit in the bottom left, which kind of messes up the look of it a wee bit. But yeah, my teammate's in second at this point. He's got a nice comfortable gap behind. He's got about 4 seconds I think to Glazegator in front, and he was doing quite well, but maybe I cursed him by actually watching this, but he clips the wall here and he gets minor front wing damage. But minor front wing damage in a fairly downforce heavy circuit is still not a good thing, so I think his gap was around 6 to 7 seconds at this point to the cars behind, which is Kezimodo and Catherine, BWFC, and they were kind of, he had them at a comfortable gap. It was actually growing at the time. I was watching it, kind of talking to him during this section of the race, and after this he started losing about, it must have been a minimum of half a second a lap. So although he was still holding on quite well, he just started to obviously struggle. But so it was 15 laps with wing damage, but he still came second. He just got a much better run onto the DRS straight than Kezimodo, and he just couldn't get past. He had 0 time penalties. Kezimodo had 6 and Catherine behind him had 9, so even if they'd got past him, he would have been fine. He would have had to, someone would have to go seriously wrong for him to lose that second place. But Glazegator won there. He had 3 seconds of time penalties, so it meant my teammate Germo could only get within 6 seconds of him. But still really impressive considering he basically ran 15 laps, almost half the race, with wing damage. So this was a race of what could have been 4th, was in technically 5th if I had got past Overrated Llama. Could have been some good points for Ferrari and for our sort of championship standings as a team, but never mind. On to Russia, and hopefully better luck then. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I will catch you in a week's time. Thanks.